Good day, all you lovely people. I am doing a test run. This is my first live video, and I would like to talk about opening your heart to love, forgiveness, and accepting yourself exactly the way you are. I believe that this is the remedy for world peace and inner peace. So, how do we love ourselves? Well, I believe that you need to follow your heart. Um, Ask yourself, what are the things that you love? Um, if you don't know how to do that, take a piece of pen and paper, write down all the things that you love doing. Another way you can do that is take a picture of yourself when you were small, like maybe 6 years old, and ask your inner child, which is that little girl or boy in that photo, what it is that they love and what it is that they love to do, because they always know the best ways to find the things that you love. And what I find with that is that once you start doing the things that you love, doing the things that you're passionate about, it always leads you to helping your health, helping your soul and vibration rise and feel more happier and feel more content with life. It also leads you to other situations or people that you've been wanting to manifest, and the flow of your life will be more easier. So when you do the things that you love, this is the way to opening your heart and giving yourself the way to make you happy. So that's just one way of loving yourself. Another way of loving yourself is taking it easy on yourself and taking care of yourself. How do we do this? We have been working day and night, some of us, and sometimes it's a real struggle to balance this. But I believe that nature walks are the best way to open up your heart, because when you're, let's say for example, walking in the forest in the trees are the color of green. Green is the color of your heart chakra. That means that you're automatically opening up your heart chakra when you're also breathing, walking, and in this oxygenated air. You are also bringing in the flow of life. So you're opening up your heart, you're moving stuck energy through your body, and you are moving the energy and creating space for more love and happiness in your life. At the same time, it's clearing your mind. You are out of your head and you're into your heart. And your heart is the place where we should be leading from. It's the place where we should be flowing from. Your heart is the space where it connects to your brain. We shouldn't be leading with our brains, because the way I see it is that your heart is like a captain, the ship, and he is just using your brain to be the binoculars and searching for what's next to come. So that's how it should be working. And so we need to get out of our heads and into our hearts. And another way of doing this is art. Sometimes if you don't know how to do art, maybe color in, use color. Coloring is so peaceful and calming. Another way to do this would be to movement. So that's why a lot of people do yoga or Pilates. Movement and dancing. Dancing is beautiful way of opening up your heart and getting into the flow of things, because you're moving your body, you're in the flow of your heart is beating, you're breathing deeper, you're just so happy. um, so another way you can do that is maybe while you're at work, um, and maybe you can get your colleagues to join you. Once in that day, you guys put on a song and you just dance to that song, because sometimes we just get stuck. Maybe you're sitting in the chair for 8 hours straight, and it's not healthy for any of us. Get into the flow of dance. Um, so that's just another way of trying to incorporate things that you love into your daily life, into your busy schedules. Um, Another way of doing things is meditating. So meditation, there are many countless of ways of meditating. So I'm just going to name a couple. One of it is breath work. That's the reason why I'm mentioning this is breathing is beautiful, as I said, to move the energy out of your body and creating space for new growth. There's different types of breath work. I will cover that in another video. But yes, when you follow your breath, you also get out of your head and into your heart. So that's just the one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is there's a Sadhguru that calls it the isness. So you're getting out of your heart, you're leaving your brain outside of the room that you're in, and you're coming into it, and you are closing your eyes and you're just being. When I say you're just being, that means that you are everything. You are part of God, you are part of the universe, you are nothing else other than every piece of existence. You're part of creation, you're part of everything. And when you're realizing that and you're just relaxing into that energy of source, you are not your body. Your body is just a meat suit. Your body is within you. You are this big piece of existence. And when you are relaxing in that, you're just so peaceful, because there's nothing to do, there's nothing to become, there's nothing to be, other than just existing. And it's just so relaxing. So those are just a couple of meditations that I like to do to get into your heart space. So that's also one way of taking care of yourself. Another way of taking care of yourself is water. Water is the most healing power that that exists. So going to the sea, go and swim. That's the sea is so powerful when it comes to healing. It's got the salt, it's got the water. It washes away all your negative energies and emotions. And sometimes when I swim, I like to just like take it in and just tell the water, please release all the negative energies that's holding my body, and just sending it out into Mother Gaia and letting her bring in the new healing to my body. Because also remember, we're made up of 80% water. So our bodies react wonderfully when we are in water. If you can't get to the sea, then take lovely long baths. Salt baths, Epsom salt's really great. If you don't have a bath, long showers. You can also, some people like to also alternate when it comes to showering. So alternate with extremely cold water and then hot water. That's something that you can also play around with. But notice when you're bathing, you are showering, you coming in from a day and you've just like your energy is drained, you're not feeling so great, you're feeling dirty and yuck. So when you go into the bath, notice that you just feel so happy. You just feel like you can breathe. This is the power of water. It's healing you, it's nourishing you. And when you come out of that bath or that shower, you just feel so refreshed and so vitalized, that it's undescribable. So that is just another way of the power of water and the power of healing, the power of taking care of yourself. Another thing that I would recommend is, we've stopped taking care of ourselves with regards to different forms of healing, um, because we're always so busy with our life schedule. So I recommend, there are different ways of finding different healers for each person. And you can have maybe one, two, or three, or four different types of healers helping you, because I believe that there is no one way of healing yourself. There's so many, there's plenty. One way of doing it is using massage, or Reiki, or card readings, or hypnotherapy, or there's just so many different types of healers. And I believe that if you are quiet enough and you figure out what it is that what healing you need, or healer you need to find, and then go onto Google and type in, let's say, for example, you want to do massage, then what's the best massage? Do you like deep tissue massage? Do you want something light and relaxing for yourself? You are the only person that knows the answer. And also at the same time, the answers are always within us. We always know the answer. But sometimes it is great to get an expert's advice, and to guide you in a right direction, when we're feeling lost. So these are the things that we should be doing when it comes to loving ourselves, and taking care of ourselves, and just really nourishing ourselves. So that is one thing I'd like to talk about. That is just loving yourselves. Um, I'd also like to talk about love in a different form. So when we love ourselves enough to be in a relationship, um, we are so used to, and I'm talking from experience, we are so used to going into a relationship, and we think we're giving our all to this person, but subconsciously we don't love ourselves. So what that means is that their love will never be good enough. The love for them would never be good enough, because we are always seeking for more, and what we all have will never be enough. So I'm on this healing of self love and self healing. So what I am busy doing now is I am being the person that I would like my other half to be. So I'm embodying the qualities, the values, and um, the characteristics of the person that I would like to have into my life. Because remember, we all have masculine and we all have feminine energies within ourselves, and we need to balance that. So we need to balance the receiving and the giving of love. So do things for yourself that mirror your values, mirror your characteristics. Go out onto things like doing adventures. For me, it's adventure, taking myself out and going for an adventure, something different. I love trying new things. I love being in nature and love going on hikes. I love different types of sports, canoeing, hiking, extreme sports. Those are the things that I love doing. Um, so take yourself out on the dates that you would like to be on. The other day, I went to the Butterfly Valley, and I really just felt so much love and peace watching the butterflies fluttering around. There were like millions of them, and I just felt like, wow, this is the perfect date. But it was with myself, and I just felt so happy and so content and so peaceful. So these are the things that we should be doing if we are preparing for another person coming into our lives. But also at the same time, if not, these are the things that we should be doing for ourselves, because we come into this life by ourselves and we are leaving by ourselves. So this journey is discovering who you are. This journey is discovering how to love yourself more. It's discovering who you are, like, like what you like, what you love, and what are your qualities. What happens when obstacles come in your way? How do you handle things? And then you start to realize, okay, how can I be more conscious about my life? Being conscious is like, okay, when this obstacle comes up for me, instead of doing it that way I've been doing it for many years, maybe I should try something different. And we just try every day to be better people and heal our lives and love ourselves the way that we should be doing. So, this is love for me. This is the topic of love. Now, I didn't know that I didn't love myself a couple of years ago when I first started my spiritual journey. I've just ended a relationship that was horrible, and I was in a job that was dead end. I was in debt collecting, and I didn't feel like I was in the greatest space. But I took the courage to end the relationship, and I vowed that I would never allow anyone to treat me the way I was treated again. Because it wasn't the first relationship that this happened. I've been through many. So once I declared that, the book of Louise Hay was sent to me via a friend. And that was the start of my healing journey. Reading the book, The Power is Within You. It was an audio from YouTube. So what I used to do was I'd take my earphones and put it in my ears. And while I was working in my free time, I'd be listening to this audio book and following the steps and guidance of how to heal your life. So, if you would like a really good book, that is definitely the most book that I've recommended to all of the people that I am healing and are looking to start a self healing and self love guide. So, one of the things that I did first was standing in front of the mirror and telling myself that I love you. But I couldn't. It was so difficult. I couldn't look at myself. Um, and I spent many days crying and not believing in it. And but after, sooner or later, I started, because I did it every day, saying I love you, I really, really love you. It became a habit, it became something I started believing myself. And there were many other different forms of things that I did to get to the process of where I am now. But this is just the start of my journey, and how I started releasing a lot of problems I had in my life. Um, but I don't want to go into that. I will talk about that on another topic, on another video. So loving yourself is number one. But The second one is accepting yourself exactly as you are. So standing in front of that mirror and accepting all the imperfections, and I'm putting in inverted commas because everyone is perfect exactly the way they are. There is no broken people or people that you need to fix. It's not about fixing yourself, it's about loving yourself and accepting yourself exactly as you are, and getting out of the way for your body to start nurturing and taking care of itself. So that means we need to get our minds in the right place. We need to start doing affirmations. Affirmations is anything that you think or you say to start allowing your body to start healing itself. And once you start doing that and accepting yourself with everything that you are, looking in front of that mirror and saying, I accept you. And even if the thoughts come up of I'm too fat or I'm too ugly or I've got too much hair, I've got too much stretch marks or I'm not good enough, and these are some of the things that your ego will keep telling yourself. And then this is how we block ourselves from loving ourselves. But instead, thank your ego for allowing those messages to come up, because these messages are telling you where you need to start healing yourself from. So write it down and know that these are the things that you have been, we call it the limiting talk. These are the self-limiting beliefs that you've been carrying around for the longest time. And these are the things that you need to start accepting yourself and knowing yourself for. So every day, stand in front of that mirror and accept yourself exactly the way you are. And I promise you, let's say, for example, you are bigger, the way I was. I started losing weight just by positive self talk and just by self love and walking outside in the forest like once a week. That was the beginning of my weight journey. And I'll tell you about more of it in another video as well. But this was just an, a part of accepting yourself exactly the way you are and not being able to wanting to fix anything, because there is nothing to fix. There is only acceptance and love. And which brings me to my third topic, forgiveness. This is, I think, one of the hardest things that humans have to do. And it's a very touchy subject for a lot of people. So the best thing to do is to start with the self before you can start forgiving other people. Forgiveness for me is giving up and letting go of everything and everyone that has hurt you in the past. Or things now, like if we do it for ourselves, what are the things that you are holding on to that you don't forgive yourself? Is it the relationship that you had? Is it the job that you did? Is it the choice that you made? And you're just so upset with yourself. How can you do that to yourself? How can you bring yourself to that situation? So the way to start is to just realizing that that was a teaching lesson that you had to go through, and you needed to go through that. And the reason why is so that you are able to start to forgive yourself for all these things that have occurred in your life, because everything in your life has brought on by what you believe and what you are thinking about and what you are speaking. So we need to forgive all of those things, because we are not our past. We are an hour now. We are what we're creating right this very second. So forgive ourselves for all that is past. And I'm going to refer back to Louise's book, where she talks about how to let go of and forgiving yourself. So you just need to, it's called a resentment meditation. So it's quite powerful. Close your eyes, and when you do that, I'd like you to see yourself sitting on a stage. You are the audience. You're the only one in the audience, and let's start with doing this for yourself. Putting yourself up, you, the audience, and you are the person on the stage. Putting yourself up there and noticing all the. Sorry, I've got a cute little kitty that's going to stand on the keyboard. Notice all the things that you love and that is happy, all the things that you dreamed of happening to you, and notice all the things that you want. Like, is it traveling? Is it having a huge house? Is it having that wonderful relationship that you've always dreamed of? And see yourself having everything. Is it the money that you want? And take a few minutes to notice of all the things that you want, and really allowing yourself to have those things, because we truly deserve it. When we do that, we can start doing that for the people that we resent the most. So let's say, for example, you have a boss that's not treating you well, and you really resent him and you hate him. So the things that you need to do is putting them up onto that stage and seeing him happy, and watching his dreams come true. Because when we do that, we put ourselves in a state of love, in a state of acceptance, in a state of sending love to yourself or to the person that you resent the most. And in that way, you are forgiving them for everything that, or forgiving yourself for everything that has happened, and letting it go. And everything that you do, let's say, for example, there's a law of cause and effect. So when you are sending out love, you receive it tenfold. And this meditation was a very powerful one for me. After I ended my relationship, my partner went back to her ex, and a month later and 2 months later, they had twins. And if I didn't do the work that I was doing and that meditation, I would have never have recovered or have actually thanked that person for the trials and tribulations that they put me in, because I wouldn't have gotten to the point of finding myself and finding the self-love, and letting go of all the trauma that they have put me through and that I put myself through. So forgiveness, there's so many ways to forgive someone, but just start off by forgiving yourself for all those things, and just letting it go. Because if we hold on to the things of our past, it's like going into the rubbish bin every day, and you'll always be in your mind, will always be in that rubbish bin, and you will never have a clear mind or a clear heart. So when we get out of the past and into the now, it's clear there is nothing there. So you can start creating love and forgiveness, and you can start creating a new world for yourself, a world that you've always wanted, a peaceful world, a loving world. So when you start exuberating that love, it will start showing in your outer world, and things will start changing in your world. Relationships will start getting better. your your job will start getting better. The relationship that you have with your boss that you were fighting with will start getting better. Or if you don't want that relationship, it will be easier to let go and bring in a new relationship that is more loving, or work that is more peaceful and loving and more passionate for yourself. And a lot of people are afraid of change, but change is the only thing that is constant in our lives. So once we accept it and allow the change to happen, your life will start flowing more abundantly and more peacefully. So these are the three things that I wanted to share with you today. These are the three things that are the most powerful things that we should be working on as humans, as individuals, and as the collective. Because when we are in a state of inner peace, we help the world to vibrate on a higher level, and we share the energy of inner peace throughout existence. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This was my first live stream. This was me practicing for my new YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to teach more and to help you learn more about life and help heal yourself and love yourself. And yeah, just sorry, I'm just excited about this little kitty that entered my life on my birthday from the universe. It was a little birthday present from the universe. My friend and I went out for a drink, and I heard this little meow, meow, meow coming in the, and we had almost like load shedding, just like South Africa, but I'm in Rhodos, Greece. And at that stage we had shedding, so I couldn't see anything, and I was just following the little cries, and there was this little thing like running around looking for food. So I picked it up. I couldn't find the mother. I think he was like 5 weeks old at that stage. So he's at the biting phase now. And yeah, I picked him up, and my friend had her dog at that time. And it was very interesting because we came on her scooter. So I was like, she's like, leave the cat, leave the cat. I'm like, no, I can't leave it, I can't leave it. So we ended up taking the cat and the dog on the scooter on my birthday to her place, and it was just always so funny. And yeah, he had a really bad eye. I was worried about it, and he had the cat flu. So I have been healing him, and he's come into his own. I also would like to just add that I was looking for his name. I was struggling to find a name for him. And I would like to just add something about intuition. I know it's not part of the talk that we were talking about, but this has been playing on my mind. So I've been wanting to call him something, meaningful, and I didn't know what to call him. And me as a person, I'm a big angel person. So when my friend suggested, why don't you call him Angel? So I was like, okay, that sounds nice, but it didn't ring a bell for me. So I said, okay, maybe I should find another name in a different language that means my angel. So I left it and I was playing around with him the one night, trying to name different names. Tigger, I had then Baloo and Bulgaria. There was a whole bunch of different names. And then something just said Malachi, Malachi. So I was like, okay, this is a beautiful name. I like this name. And then I Googled it, and guess what it's called? It's my angel in Hebrew, and it's a messenger of God, which is another meaning because angels are messengers of God. So I was so impressed with spirits when they came through and gave me that name. And I've got my little Malachi. He loves his name. He responds to it so well. So yes. Um, Animals. If you've got a pet, sorry, I've got a bit of ADHD. So if you see me going from one topic to another, I'm really sorry. But I do have many things that I'd like to talk about. Pets. If you've got a pet, or if you've got street animals or animals in general, um, they are here to help us with love. They are like the icon of um, like the if you're looking for unconditional love, they have unconditional love. Doesn't matter what we look like, what we say, what we do, they just love us. Doesn't matter if you're out and you come home for like 5 minutes or 10 hours, they are just so happy to see you. And they are the beings that help us to open up our hearts. When we touch them, when we stroke them, you feel so loved and so happy when they're around. So be around animals if you're looking to find that inner peace and that inner love. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm looking forward to creating more content and more videos for you. I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye for now.